All right. What's going on, y'all? Sorry for the delay. Let me just get that out the way. As you can see, it is just me today. Uh, if you've tuned in before, you already know I work with Vlad. Um, with Vlad, I do a lot of the coaching with Trader Foundation. But I was late again. Before we got on to here, we did the Elite Live group. So they already know why I may have been late. I explained to them. I had some spicy, let's just put, I had spicy tacos last night, all right? Need I say more? And then I come starting the day with this coffee. I'm insane. I don't know what I was thinking, but yeah. So I'm here. I'm ready to go. Hope you guys are ready to go. So let's get to it. Go over the market again. If you have anything, call it out. I'll do my best to write it down, keep track of them all, and go through it. So Scott Fritz, this isn't your first time, is it, in this group? I almost feel like you might be a member, but I haven't heard from you yet. So I don't think so, but welcome nonetheless. James, how you doing, brother? So what do we have on the SPY, right? Randy Duff. Yes, sir. Kelly. The elites are in the building, right? So during this whole rally starting in, I guess we can say really the rally started in June, right? Then a little back test here, not even a back test, because the real back test would have been back down to this low, but we created a high, and then it just went insane from there, right? How's it go, Randy? Long time no talk, y'all. So when you bring it into Fibonacci, bring it down to the low, right? Where are we? Where did we get to? So this was a key area. We were talking about this, last week when we were live. You want to be careful in this area because not only do you have a natural area of resistance, playing at hand around like 432, 430, 433, you also have the 62 nominal line of Fibonacci playing resistance. So seeing some rejection there is normal. Is this the end of the world? Now that you should try Kachava, the new coffee. What is this stuff you talk about? Kachava, new coffee. Is it made out of coffee beans? I don't know. But Ruben Brum is in the building. How's it going? What's this? What's this Kachava you speak of? Kachava, right? So how far can the market pull back? Where should we, have our, what level should we be aware of? Well, I'm gonna try to keep it simple, right? We'll start with a little bit of a macro view. So what I have over here, we finally made it back to Shia. Yeah, why'd you leave us? What's up with that? We were waiting for you. I will wait. Man, I'm triggering so many songs today with the things I say, but I can't sing them. One, because I can't sing. I'm not good at it. And two is I've been flagged on Facebook before for singing songs and I can't upload videos. So I guess I am pretty good depending on what song I sing. So we'll leave it at that. But this is a weekly chart we are looking at, right? And last week, again, if you're in the elite group, you already knew. Schedule change, been so busy. All good. I'm really just pulling your toes. Life happens. I'm very aware. So I'm glad you're here nonetheless. All right. If you were here last week, excuse me, you wouldn't. Not everybody that's in this right now would be here last week, unless you're in the elite group. Last week, we had this bit of a shooting star pattern coming at the top of a trend. And we anticipated, all right? We didn't try to predict. We don't like to try to predict. We anticipate, we wait, we react. And we got what we anticipated, all right? Now it's looking downside. And going by this chart, our next nearest, area of support from a moving average, the 20 SMA, is around 405, all right? If you identify some areas where we had trouble, so past areas of resistance, Leo, Facebook now protects us against harm. Yo, this is Leo. They really do. It's unfortunate. I wish I could sing, but you know what? The great man above probably didn't give me that skill set because I probably wouldn't shut up, honestly. But maybe it's one of those things like, when you have it, you take it for granted, right? So people that can sing, they probably don't, they get tired of singing. I can't sing. I would love to sing, you know? But yeah, they're definitely protecting you guys, especially you headphone users, because I'll blow them up right now, you know? So I realized in the past, you know, in May, the market had some trouble breaking over 415. So I got to be aware of that, right? We'll come back here. Market had some trouble back in 2021 around this area. So let me just drop a line there and see where that brings us, right? Right? Past areas of resistance can make as new areas of support. And at this moment, it looks like support is failing us, right? We are currently below that support. Imagine being in a house and a freaking hole gets punched right below your feet, right? Bigger than the width of your shoulders. So you may very well fall through this hole. So that's what I'm getting at right now. You know, we can see some more downside. Does that mean it's over? No. The market goes up, it comes down. That's the ebb and flow. It's natural, it's nature, it happens. This is very possible, but until it does that, I'm not going to assume it's going to. All right. So right now, I know our community in the elite group, we were able to make some bullish plays even with the bearish day yesterday into today. But for the most part, any stock, you know, those tech sectors, Apple, Amazon, you know, those very, I want to say trendy stocks, the retail, the ones that appeal to most retailers, which is us, you know, but we try to get out of the mind of the retailer, right? A lot of those stocks follow the market, follow the SPY. So if the SPY is going to go down, you may want to expect those same stocks to be dropping. All right. Al, what's up? You know, I've been here for what? It's been 7 minutes, 8 minutes. I haven't got a stock call out yet. What's up? Now on to the next one. For sure. Randy, did you take your profits and run? What we got? What's your favorite? Tell me what we play over there. What we play over there? Let's see the retracement on the daily chart. And I'm going to start it from here. This was kind of the most recent pullback. So I'm not counting this consolidation as a pullback, by the way. All right. This is a pullback right there. So that's where I'm going to start this Fibonacci. Amazon. Let's go over Amazon. Appreciate you. Oh, I need a new pen. This thing stinks. It's a very classic pen. All right. You gotta get yourself a big PG, low volume, but nice candle. Well, check it out. PG is the place. James Hayden, how's it going, man? So I'm going to start this here, bring it up. And where are we in respect to Fibonacci? We are now approaching, what is that, 415? 410? Excuse me. So around 410, again. I want to say marking areas of support resistance, it's not an exact science. It's not. But we're aware, you know, this is where it consolidated before. Over here is where it bounced at before. So there's a history of buyers coming in around this range, right? This could be a potential. Some people refer to it as demand zone. Some refer to it as support. Honestly, it means the same thing. It means the same thing, really. It's just when you think of support, it's very linear. It's either this or that, where a zone kind of gives you a range. So I kind of like the zone approach, but I'm very aware of support as it is too. So I'm thinking overall, if we end up closing below 405 at some time, we may very well see back below 400, 395. Until then, to the upside, I would like to see a close back above 420. Let me remove some of these because I might be getting crazy here. I don't want to get people crazy. So we said 405, right? As you can see, that was support back here. That was support here. So if we punch a hole through the floor there, we may fall down to the, that's not the basement. Maybe we fall back to the third floor, all right? If we punch a hole through the ceiling back above, I want to say, you know, 415, we're really working between 415 and 405 right now. That is the range. But even if we break back above 420, right, we still got to deal with the 200 above. So our area for profit to the upside will be from 420, 428, 430, around there. But really, I'm not feeling bullish on the market overall. all right, until we establish ourselves back above 430. No more peeking over the top of the fence. None of that creepy stuff. None of that weird stuff, right? You get above the 200, you stay above the 200, you form a base above the 200, and then you take off from the 200. Until it does that, do not just assume the market goes up forever, all right? That to the moon, that buy the dip stuff, I don't know if that's the case anymore. I actually have an idea, but I don't want to hurt anybody's feelings. I don't think it's the season to be buying the dip nonstop, all right? So you want to be tactical in this stuff. So that is the market, all right? We get back above 430 to be bullish. We establish a base. We create more minions and we attack the bears. But on the bear case, in the meantime, you can very well hit your spreads, those bearish spreads. You make a stronger bear case once you close below 405. And I think that's where you can make a lot of money as a bear. We close back below 405. You might even get the party started at 410, below 410. But if you know, I know a lot of the members in the elite group, you guys are aware how to play this stuff. I won't get too in detail with because we could spend some time here. I'm not gonna lie to you. So Amazon, you're talking about bear call. Why a bear call? Here's a bear call. There's a bear call. Well, in the elite group, we've been price targets, NTR, MOS. You could go over that. NTR, MOS, PTs. Amazon. Again, this is another one. Last week, we were considering playing this to the downside with one of our more advanced strategies, and it would have done well. It's still looking potentially well, but let's just mark out GovX. Ooh, that sounds like some Fed level stuff right there. GovX. What we doing? There's aliens in this stock. What's going on? Now, we'll definitely check that out though. I'm just gonna what I call a little warm up. Let's just start with 3 obvious areas where this stock has rebounded before and identify it, right? Let's just identify that, acknowledge those, right? 1, 2, 3. Where are we today? We are below. So a previous area of support has failed us, right? Because we are now below that. And now that we are below that, we should expect it to play as a roof or resistance, right? Once you go down to the first floor, that second floor roof that you were once on, or the second floor that you were once walking on can now be, the first floor ceiling that you can bump your head on. All right. So we're back below the 20 SMA. We're back below the 13. We're below the 200. We're no longer in this, this thing was in a bit of an uptrend, roughly, bear with me. This was, that big jump was due to earnings, I believe. But we seem to be struggling to get back above that. So I like this. I don't know so much directionally yet. I'm not getting too much bearish signals. I just want to acknowledge this trend line as well, because that can act as support down to here. All right. But for my spreaders, for my credit spreaders, I mean, I would put the green light on this to the downside. Maybe something up here, sell something up there. We spoke about it, you guys know what I'm referring to. But what is interesting here and why I like it even more bearish is you have this big gap, right? And if you're not aware, there's a saying, all gaps get filled. They don't say when, but what is it? Leo, correct me if I'm wrong. Is it like 80% of the time they get filled? It could get filled in a week. It could get filled overnight. It could get filled in 6 months. But the point here is we seem to be losing steam, right? We're all the way up here, hit resistance, looking to come back down. Momentum's negative. MACD cross, right? Every time, let's see last time what happened when this crossed to the downside. And I'm only going to mark the ones that are similar to the context today, meaning I'm not going to mark the ones down here crossing to the downside. Today, we're above the 0 line and we're crossing. So I'm going to go above the 0 line, crossing, above the 0 line, crossing. And let's see what happens. So it crossed to the downside. We ended up going down. Crossed to the downside, ended up going down. We crossed to the downside on this day. Ta-da. And It's been going down. Is it over? I don't think so. So that's why I'm still kind of a fan of going bearish on this one. Price targets in a nutshell. I know I got a lot of lines here. I can't help it. I can't help it. It makes me feel better with my reads. I got to be honest. Right. I'm going to mark a previous area of resistance. Right. Went up to there, failed, came down. Went up to there, failed, came down. So an old area. Remember that ceiling that's on the first floor. When you go up to the second floor, it can now be the floor. So we may very well directionally play something down to 130. Let's bring up a Fibonacci as well. I'm going to start at the most recent low, which was right here. Bring it up. Fibonacci says, yeah, we may very well hit that 50% retracement, which is again at 130. So 130, if you're going to go bearish, consider taking profits at 130. Maybe you scale out, maybe you secure completely. But this can very well come down to around 126 as well. You know, don't get greedy. I think that's what's most important. Don't get greedy, right? So Amazon, I do like it to the downside. Just put that one on the list. How about that? PG was another one. Sorry, I'm missing so many people. Rennie, I'm sorry. I didn't see you join in. I was too busy chattering. I'm by myself today. Angie, right? Who else? Jim Mundy, John Lapardo. What's up, y'all? How y'all doing? Let me not drink this coffee. This coffee is my enemy right now. No joke. So PG, let's see what's up. Randy, thank you for UNG because I didn't get to cover that in the league group and I wanted to. So UNG. See, that's why I like when you guys tune in. You guys remind me. You remind me. How's it going? Rennie, is this your first time in here? Just curious. Usually, I don't get to see too many names because normally I don't host them in here. Vlad does, but Vlad's away right now, so show must go on, right? So PG, I'm curious if they had earnings. Who called out PG? PG BHP is another one. I'm sorry, I'm telling you. I might not be going through these in order, but I promise I will go through them all. Oh, you took Q's to the downside. So Al called for PG. All right. Not gonna lie, we don't usually do this, but I need to know. Is something going on? What's up, Carlos? See? I didn't see you jump in. I gotta find out if there's earnings or something going on with PG because it just seems out of nowhere. So if you don't mind, join me on this little research trip. FinViz is our go-to. And July 29th. All right, so it's not earnings related. I'm gonna just scroll down a little more and see if there's some type of headline or something. 21. Okay. I do see a little lie. They said, oh, we think Procter & Gamble might have the DNA of a multi-bagger. And then they leave you holding the bag. See, that's why you want to be careful with headlines and stuff because they lie to you. They're a bunch of shills. All right. They're multi-bagger. They what they meant was you're holding multi-bags. That's what they meant. So watch out for them. But you're right, Al. I do see the bearish candle, right? Let me go through how I did that. That low, bring it on through. I'm going to identify this high, and bring it there. So kind of got like this triangle. You might say a wedge. And I don't get into semantics of it. I just see a period of consolidation over some time, right? It's coiling up. It was consolidating in this flag. And again, this is another reason why I don't get too caught up in names of flags, right? Because traditionally you would say, man, look at that bull flag. And automatically you tell someone a bull flag, oh, that means it got to break up. Well, it broke down. So it's a flag, all right? As long as you can identify consolidation, I think you'll be all right. Then you look for that move of breaking down. So we're definitely breaking down. But like you said, Al, the volume is a bit concerning. I agree. Maybe it bounces up from that 20 SMA from there. So regardless if you're going to the upside or downside, you ideally would like to see increasing volume. You know, the momentum indicators are in your favor. I just need to see more volume, man. That might be, At the very least, I would consider one of those spreads, man. Seriously, to the downside. Josh Drain, what's up, man? You do any trades? I'm gonna check those trade logs. I'm gonna find out. I'm gonna find out. Don't lie. So yeah, PG. I've had to pick Amazon or PG right now. Not only I'd probably go Amazon right now, but I also noticed that Procter and Gamble is in consumer staples. That's one of those defensive sectors. And if things want to go south, this sector, along with utilities, materials, energy, they might outperform the SPY. So if you're looking for a bigger bang for your buck, you might want to play something that follows the SPY if the SPY is going to go down. But yeah, I'd consider doing bear call. That was BG. Oh, that was PG. Sorry, BG. 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 Ooh. Before, what's up, Ariel? Oh, I've been trading. Not too pretty though. Hey, we'll check it out, man. I'm telling you. That's what I like to do. I like to go over people's plays and try to identify what was missed. Maybe things were decided prematurely. FOMO kicked in. We don't know. I don't know yet, but we'll go through that. So consumer staples, I want to just cross-reference with its respective sector, which is XLP. XLP, right? Interesting. So this actually fell off, trying to hold support at the 20 SMA. Yet BG, that's Bunge, right? Yeah, it's doing pretty good. I do like the volume, it's increasing, but hold on. All right, so it came up, consolidated through here. Looks to be breaking out, but let's identify some hurdles ahead. So we got resistance there, support there, support and resistance here. So I'm gonna drop a line there. All right. And that's, we're right at resistance again. All right. So now I'm just curious, what did it take before to break on through volume wise? So I see it broke above there back in February. Here we are now. Let's mark that volume. So last time it broke through there, it had 2 million volume. Okay, I'll say this. If we can close above, maybe like 102, closing above 102, roughly around up to there, maybe. Yeah. Close above 102 with like 1.5 million volume by the end of today. You may have another good day up to around 103, 106. And I know that might not seem like a lot, but you got to put into perspective of the stock. A $2 move is about 2.5%. If you're in the options game, you already know that's good profit on the option. So Shia brought Exelon. Is that EXL? I forget the ticker for Exelon. EXE. I'll find out. Don't worry about it. Exelon. XLN. Something like that, I bet. So yeah, I would keep an eye on Bunge, but looking for that 102, above 102 within the last 15 minutes of the market day. Let's get like 1.5 mil in volume. And you could potentially see another good day out of this one. BG, but it needs to meet that criteria. All right. If it doesn't meet that criteria, don't force the issue. Don't force the issue. GovX. I'm interested to see what the holy. No worries, Tashia. I got you. So what I will say is no, I'm kidding. What I will say is this just seems like a very volatile stock. Dang. And everybody that's in the lead group, I can't even judge this one non-biasedly. I can, but I'm always iffy about biotech and pharmaceuticals in general. They're just, unless you're keeping up with like fundamental stuff going on with them, a lot of times these companies are having like trial tests with any kind of treatments. I don't even want to say vaccines, really. Treatments, it could be released overnight and it'll make a move without anyone ever knowing. Like, how could we have known that was gonna happen or this? Like, so unpredictable. Um, it's a cheaper stock, so it's easier for big money to manipulate it, stuff like that. Uh, what I will say is, so that's more of a fundamental. I'm gonna get more, objective here. All right. So I apologize. Let's get a little more objective, right? It is very volatile, right? Very volatile, coming down. Volume is decreasing. So what I'm curious about, EXC, that's what it is. Thank you. Thank you, Keith. Last time it popped up big, I want to kind of proof the move from here to here and see if it's the same, right? We went from there to there, from this low to this high. Let's see if that's about the same. About, right? Now let's proof the downside. How far can this go to the downside? This can very well go lower, right? Just looking at what this stock has done, the patterns, right? Volume is decreasing. Last time it got to the 50 SMA like it is now, right? It did these kind of little pops, drops. This is looking very similar to this last breakout. I wouldn't buy this to the upside. Volume's decreasing, right? Very similar. This has potential more downside to go. All right. So on a technicals perspective, that's why I wouldn't buy this yet. You're just seeing a lot of sellers come in around this 1 point. What's today's high? Today's high is 188. So sellers keep coming in around 188, 190 and bringing the price down. So I'd wait. I'd wait and see if Denise Mitchell says hi. I'd wait for that. What's up, Denise? So yeah, hopefully that helps. Again, in general, I just wouldn't play this kind of stock because it is very cheap. It's very volatile. It can be very news driven. And I just got a Twitter notice that President Joe Biden expected to announce decision on student loan debt. Something. I hope he does something about that because of X. Get into UNG. Denise hit me with that. Hey, Ariana. What's Ariana doing? What are we doing? Hold on. What we doing here? Come in, Star. Come in. Uh-oh. Hello? Ooh, UNG's not looking good. I wonder if that chart, Randy, kind of changed on. Oh, so you guys are just spying on me. That's what you're doing. You're spying on me, huh? All right, I'll leave this go. HRB, can you do Meta? I'll do all of those. I'll do anything. I'll read anything that you throw at me, all right? You don't even got to ask. Can I do it? Yes, I could do it. Kidding me? So Meta. So UNG, I definitely wouldn't go bullish on it. You kind of got your sneak peek at a potential reversal yesterday with this hangman candle, right? Went on a big bounce. You got that hangman candle. And today we're getting some sell-off, right? I don't blame them. If you got in down here or even down here, you should be taking profits, right? And that's what you're seeing today. Let me remove this arrow. So we got a very bearish candle. I wouldn't go full on bearish though, because we do have support right at these moving averages around 30. So you got the 13 and the 20 right at 30, which is also somewhat of a recent area of resistance. Not recent area of resistance, but a former area of resistance. So if you play this to the downside, right, your current reward is maybe that much. But if this decides to go up, it says screw what happened today and we go up, you may very well go higher. And in that, in that perspective, it's like there's more upside risk for the bears if they go bearish right now. So not too crazy, but let's take a look at the volume with today. Maybe that'll change the perspective. Ooh, a lot of volume. A lot of volume for sure. McDonald's. Speaking of McDonald's, when's the last time you guys had McDonald's? I don't remember the last time I had McDonald's. It had to be at least over, wow. It might be over 3 years since I had McDonald's. Maybe more. I'm being very generous with that. But I do eat Chick-fil-A. So the chicken's real. Be quiet. No. Yesterday? Yeah, McDonald's yesterday. That is good. A lot of volume. What I will say, so you might have a little downside move down to 30. Again, if you're willing to take on that risk of upside, you may very well capitalize on that move down to 30. You know, that's about another $1.50, maybe $2. Oh, I was reading. I'm sorry. That's a good move because look, $2 on this stock is almost 6%. So again, 6% on the options chain. Oh my gosh. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. Where's the beef? King, I feel bad about my no, don't feel bad about yourself. You know, I'm sure there's a way you balance it, right? We all have our vice. As long as you balance it, you know, eat what you want. I really feel like you can eat whatever you want. It's just you got moderation. That's the key to everything. Moderation, right? For a better bearish case on this though, I would like to see this close below 29 and you ride that down to, you know, 26-ish. So yeah, I like that. A good call out. I could see another downside move come down to test this support before potentially bouncing higher. So good call out. I like it. I like it. UNG, you're going down. Don't eat McDonald's or Burger King. You know what? I don't blame you. I love McDonald's fries though. Sorry, I'm parched. Elliot gots the beef. No, Arby's gots the meats. Can I get flagged for that? They got that saying copyrighted, don't they? I'm kidding. I'm kidding, Facebook. Don't do that. UNG, we got NTR. You said NTR for price targets. Wow. NTR for price targets. Well, Kelly, what I would do for price targets, I would identify areas of resistance. So I see resistance here. I also see support there, right? And then it gets real messy. So what I might do here is NTR, right? And I'm gonna take this to a weekly. Maybe that'll clean up the chart a bit, right? Clean it up a little. And I'm going to say around here, right? That's about 100. And we got here. So yeah, I'd shoot for 100, right? Let's go back to the daily. 100 is right there. Ah, what do you know? That's right where those arrows are. Ta-da. So yeah, price target would be 100. But remember, when you put these price targets, you know, if it's only at 98 and you're up 30%, don't be silly, right? You take that 30%. And that's just like a guideline, a blueprint, so to speak. You know, you tweak it as you go because maybe it only does get up to 98. Maybe it gets up to 99, but you're like, you know what? I'm getting 100 and it never gets 100. And then it starts going back down and you're like, I should have took profits. What am I doing? I'm bad at this. It's like, no, just stay disciplined to your game plan. You can, it's all right to have an idea, but reality, if you're up 30%, consider taking profits. Take it and run. I mean, seriously. So yeah, 100 for that one. And you asked about MOS. Look at MOS going back up. You better watch out. So we're going to do the same thing here. Let's identify previous areas, right? Resistance in this area, support around there. Right? You got some more. It gets real choppy around here. I'm not going to lie. So let's take it to the weekly as well. MOS. And mark some areas, right? You got to have a game plan out here, right? So it is at resistance somewhat. The next area of support, or excuse me, yeah, it's at resistance. Next area of resistance is roughly 60, 62, but we're currently at what, 55, right? We're at 55. A $3 move is about 6.5%. So we're at 56, 57. So if we could get up to 60, we're still getting a good percent return. So I like 60. I'm gonna say 60 for MOS, Kelly. 60, and that brings us to here, roughly 60 right there. All right. So yeah, I like this one, especially if it has increased volume by the end of today. So MOS, you'll get it. Put MOS right over the knee. All right, right over the knee. MOS BHP. BHP. Okay, I like BHP. Materials, general mining. So we had this big pop up, we had consolidation, and now we're looking to break out, right? So we got the breakout from that area. But let's not get blindsided here, right? We got resistance, right? Some support, some resistance, some resistance. So drop a line, right? Drop a line. Where are we? We're right there. All right, we're at resistance. So now it's a matter of, do we take on this risk for potential reward, right? And it's going to depend on if we got volume, we got the candle, we got the breakout from that flag. Is it worth the risk? Where can this go? How high can this go? Well, what if we go up to, I see some resistance, right? So let's say about 61, right? We go that high, or we come back for a retest there. And when I do that, it's like there's currently more reward than risk. So I'd be willing to take that as long as we get that volume. We get over 4 million volume today. With this setup, I'd be down to play it. BHP over the knee. BHP over the knee. Let's see. Exelon was EXC. This utilities? Yeah. Utilities. All right. So you got this trend going for it, right? It's back below the 20 SMA. So it's between averages. We got the 50 SMA there, and then we have the 13 and the 20 right above. I would feel bullish about it. Maybe if we got a green candle popping off or bouncing off this lower trend line. In the meantime, I want to wait. Because if you buy now, right, say you're only scaling it, you buy the dip, it's only a little bit. Well, you pay 45 today, but tomorrow it might be worth 44. It's a little discount. Nothing wrong with discounts. So I wouldn't rush it. I'd wait for a strong candle. It is giving a good candle right now, despite it being red. But it's not above these areas of resistance yet. So you don't want to jump up and hit the ceiling, right? You know the story of the monkey that knocked his head. I forget the rhyme, or I would have kept going, but we know the tale, right? So EXC, overall, it's doing good things. I just don't know if right now is a good time to buy in. Not only that, you're starting to see some of these momentum indicators turn negative. It just flipped on the MACD, or excuse me, on the histogram. MACD just crossed. We're back below the 50 on the RSI. I'd be careful to go bullish here. EXC. HRB, is that a retail or real estate? No, I'm way off. That's H&R Block. H&R Block already popped. So it went up there, then it went up there. Right now, it's just saying indecision. And the way I kind of look at it is, if the stock or the market is telling you, I don't know what to do, I feel the same way, really. I don't know what to make of this. It's legit. Buyers and sellers are battling it out at that 46.50 roughly price. No one's winning the fight right now. I don't know if if it's gonna keep going up, if it's gonna come back down. Momentum indicators are indicating a back down, but it can very well stay up here at this level and just consolidate. So I'd wait. If we close above 49, which is the high, the most recent high, maybe you can very well go bullish there. I'd consider going bearish when we close below 43. So erase all the BS, right? It's not BS. It's just to get my point right now. This is the range we're concerned about. We go bullish above 49. We go bearish below 43, all right? You bought at 36. I mean, I would have took profits already. I would have took profits already on this big day right here. And you're probably thinking, well, if I would have took profits right here, I would have missed out on this. It's like, I get it, but that doesn't always happen, right? Oh, I just banged my knee. I consider taking profits. You know, you made a great play. You know, you did a good job. You should reward yourself for making such a great play. Meta. You said you got in at 36. I'm curious. Was it this candle around here or this candle? Was it one of these two candles? I see a good entry on this candle. Let's see the volume. Oh yeah, that was that. That was creme de la creme entry right there. Tell you what, that one right there. I like it. So we had Meta. So Aaron, we're thinking to the downside, eh? A little downside play, eh? I get it. I'd go bear call. Bear call. Facebook has very well been working within this channel-esque type of thing, right? So if it wants to continue doing so, I could see this coming back down. What is this? About 155 roughly. So if you're thinking about it, sell something up there. Yeah, go with that. I could see that, right? I wouldn't get too concerned until it closes above 185, and then maybe you reconsider things. All right. But in the meantime, that's looking good. And then we had what the heck did I write? Oh, MCD. Sorry. That's a very rare occasion where I didn't understand what I wrote. Ooh, look, he was asking about McDonald's. This watch out. No, let's keep it. I'm gonna draw a few reference points here. This is a bit longer term. I'm just curious. I like to warm up like this. Now I'm gonna focus on this one and this low and bring it on through. See where we are. Right? Hello. Break it down. Break it down. You could go again. You can mark all those. I won't. I'm more so concerned about the lower trend line right now, and I see that is failing. But let's not get blindsided by natural areas of support and or resistance. All right. So 260 is support. We can very well bounce from there. But do we have a strong case, right, of saying, no, this isn't coming back up? At least not right now, right? So we got a very bearish candle. It broke down at a consolidation or a flag yesterday. Momentum is going negative here. But I'm curious, right away what I noticed is it did something similar like this before right there, right? Where it crossed down and then popped up. So automatically I'm thinking, why did it do that? What was different then? And why should I believe it's going to continue going now? Right? Very similar on the RSI. We're right at the 50. You know, a lot of similarities going on. So what's the story? What's the difference in the story? Right? So is the volume the same as before? It's not. All right. And before, we actually bounced off this lower trend line, which was also the 200 SMA. So there's one difference. Right? Let's see. I would feel better, honestly, going bearish when it knocks out this low right there, which is 256. In the meantime, though, to scale into this position, I'd consider doing a bear call. I'm not going to lie to you. I would definitely check out a weekly chart too. You know, kind of put things in perspective. Yeah. Yeah. I would go bear call. All right. Yeah. I'd consider directional, but starting out until I feel more certain about it, I'd go with the bear call. It's a nice play. McDonald's. That's all we got. Any other plays? What we got? If not, we'll be back at it next Tuesday. Maybe I'll share a play with you all. Right? Maybe I'll share one play. One. Let's see how it's doing. Show a little FCX action. Right? Oh, it's gonna have the volume. It's gonna have the volume, right? Right. We got this, right? Breaking out above there. We'll go with this high, right? Go through there. We have resistance right here. We also have resistance around here, right? So again, I would like to see it close above 32. But this may be one I'd be willing to take regardless because our risk right now is that much. Our potential reward is up to there. So there's more reward than risk. Not only that, we got a strong candle. We got a strong candle bouncing off the 20 SMA, right? This has been bouncing off the 20 like a little freak, right? It's just been bouncing, making higher lows, higher highs. So that could be up to, what is that, 33, 34. So good candle, nice context with the bounce, likely have increasing volume by the end of today. And I do see this as going negative. You can see it trying to turn up, but I don't plan on being here for a long time, just a good time. And if it decides to get to 33 tomorrow, I'm out of there. All right. So overall, it's looking good. This RSI is breaking out as well. So a lot of good things. A lot of good things. That is FCX. You said ET. So pipeline. So what I'm worried about with ET, I know it got the increasing volume. Well, it will have increasing volume, but it's not breaking out yet. So nice candle. It's gonna have good volume, but it doesn't have the breakout yet. So I'm a bit concerned. That's all. Maybe check XOM again, not ET XOM, just regular XOM. XOM, you might want to put on your radar or play it. It's looking pretty good. Just saying. All right. That was really, that's all I got. I don't like to entertain too many or like go over too many stocks. I try to be picky with it, pick the most ideal situations and stick to those, you know? So everybody that showed up today, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get ready. Aaron, I will see you soon. We got a Zoom session, coaching session. So I'm not gonna be late for that if I'm already here. In the meantime, we will be back at it next Tuesday. Vlad should be here, God willing, right? Safe returns from your trip, brother. And yeah, in the meantime, enjoy your weekend. And yeah, have a plan. Whatever you decide, please just have a plan, at the very least, and stick to it. Don't go by what people say. If you can't prove it for yourself, be skeptical. All right. Take care, y'all.